Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And yeah, another day that felt a little bit like fall out there with a pretty heavy cloud deck over our area today as an area of low pressure moves away from us. Temperatures stayed pretty much in the middle 60s, maybe a few upper 60s around the area, but things will begin to warm up. A big area of high pressure is moving in, and by the time we get into tomorrow's weather, we will see clearing skies and much warmer temperatures. In fact, upper 60s and 70s. That will be for western Washington. We're talking upper 70s and lower 80s here in the Wenatchee Valley down into the Columbia Basin by the time we get into the middle and end of next week. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A drive-by shooting in Moses Lake, an update on the Diamond Creek fire, and Wenatchee Valley College starts the school year with a new addition. Later on, we'll have sports, your weather forecast, and our feature story today. But first, tear gas and a tactical team were called upon early Sunday morning after a stabbing in Bridgeport. Douglas County Sheriff Harvey Jesdahl tells us how the chain of events unfolded.
Douglas County deputies received a call of a stabbing victim at the Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster. They went to the scene and talked to an adult male there who said he'd gotten into a fight with a person, and the suspect had stabbed him. Deputies were able to find out where this fight took place and were able to get a search warrant to go inside the residence to search for the suspect and or evidence of the crime. When deputies drove up to the house, the residence in question, there were people standing outside, and those people immediately ran inside the house and then would not answer the door. So the search warrant was applied for, and due to the history of the residence and the person who we thought might be a suspect, we called out our tactical team to do the entry and go inside. We also had assistance from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and East Wenatchee Police Department as part of their tactical team. Before the search warrant could be executed, 3 people came out, a female and 2 males, and they were not very cooperative, letting our guys know if there's anybody else inside or not. We used a loudspeaker to continually call inside the residence to get whoever's in there to come out. There was no response, so the tactical team introduced tear gas into the residence. And then after sufficient time had passed, they went inside to see if they could find the suspect. There turned out to be no one inside. The case is still under investigation, and we're following up on possible leads.
The victim is listed in satisfactory condition at Brewster Hospital as law enforcement officials continue to investigate the assault and search for a suspect. 2 men are in custody on several charges as Grant County deputies continue to investigate a drive-by shooting Friday at the Larson Housing Project in Moses Lake. Around 8 p.m., deputies were called to the Larson housing area after several reports of gunfire. Deputies say a house located in the 1100 block of Larson Boulevard had been struck by at least 1 bullet, and a car parked in front of the residence had also been hit by gunfire. Following witnesses' testimony, deputies began looking for a dark-colored Honda that was seen leaving the area shortly after the shots were fired. A deputy on patrol Saturday night in Moses Lake spotted the car and tried to pull the vehicle over, but the car sped away, which led to a brief car chase. When the suspect car stopped on Pioneer Way, a passenger bailed out and ran. He was later apprehended by Moses Lake police. The 2 suspects have been identified as 22-year-old Daniel Alcala of Quincy and 21-year-old Brandon Medina Perez of Mattawa. Both men are in the Grant County Jail, and nobody was injured in that shooting. Containment has risen to 79% now in the 127,000-acre Diamond Creek fire burning in the Pasayten Wilderness 11 miles northwest of Mazama. A total of 188 fire personnel continue to fortify dozer lines along the primary and secondary lines using heavy equipment. 1 crew, 1 engine, and 1 helicopter remain at the scene. The fire is currently smoldering and any spread has been minimal, but it continues to burn in heavy fuel in the Monument and Pat Creek drainages. Mazama, Rendezvous, and Lost River are still at level 1 evacuation notices, which means residents there still need to be aware of their surroundings and take action if needed. The new 17,000 square foot Wenatchee Valley College Recreation Center is now open. The $6.2 million facility was officially opened at a formal ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday. Wenatchee Valley College President Jim Richardson says the new rec center wouldn't have been possible without the help and determination of the students.
The thing I'm most proud of probably about this building is how the students stepped up and said, this is our building, we want to be a part of it. We want to be a part of the planning, so they were there when we drew up the plans. They helped us revise them to what they wanted, because, you know, what the president wants isn't necessarily what most of our students want. And so they helped us revise them, put this together. They changed the face of this, inside anyway. They changed the face of this building by saying, we want a larger mezzanine, and you'll see that. And you'll see the fitness center there that is just spectacular. And that was their idea.
The rec center is named after local residents Jack and Edma McGuire. Richardson says their dedication and support for Wenatchee Valley College goes far beyond the new rec center.
I knew Jack and Edna McGuire first through a scholarship fund that they funded quite a long time ago together, that has put out hundreds of thousands of dollars to students in scholarships over the years. And it continues to do so because they endowed that scholarship. They have sent a lot of students through our college, and that is great. And then a couple of years ago, I got a call, and let's talk about something bigger. And today you see the name Jack and Edna McGuire up there because they have committed $1 million to help us, not only with this building, but with Wells Hall.
The new school year began today at the college, and students using the new rec center will be able to enjoy basketball, volleyball, badminton, tennis, and a full fitness center located in the mezzanine of the new facility. Coming up, a plan to restore a mammal to the North Cascades is delayed, and our interim manager steps up for the NCW Fair. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
A plan to restore fishers, a mammal related to otters and wolverines, to the North Cascades has been delayed. Federal, state, and nonprofit agencies have been working to restore fishers throughout the Cascade Mountains and plan to bring some from British Columbia to the North Cascades this month. A State Department of Fish and Wildlife news release explains that the plan has been delayed because of wildfires in British Columbia this summer. Fishers disappeared from the state in the late 1800s and early 1900s because of hunting and habitat losses. Douglas County Commissioners appointed Ed Daling as interim manager of the NCW Fair last week, filling the post vacated by Lori Rahm on September 7th. Daling will work part-time through the end of December, possibly helping with the transition once a new manager is hired. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington is accepting applications to support Make a Difference Day projects in the Wenatchee Valley. Up to $200 is available for volunteer projects on October 28th. You have to be a 501c3 nonprofit organization, public agencies, which include schools, cities, government, etc., or be financially sponsored by a qualifying agency. Grant applications are due October 1st, and awards will be dispersed on October 10th. Apply online through the Foundation's website. This grant is made possible through USA Weekend Magazine prizes from the Gannett Foundation, now managed by the Community Foundation of North Central Washington. The 18th annual St. Joseph's Harvest Festival was this past weekend. The annual event is a fun way for the community to get together and kick off the fall season. The festival featured food, kids' rides, live music, and a beer garden. The funds raised from the event provides extra funding for the private Catholic school. NCW Life's Jay Seebeck stopped by the event and spoke with event organizer Lindsay Beckstead.
All right, I'm joined here with Lindsay Beckstead here at the St. Joe's Harvest Festival. Lindsay, the event coordinator. What has kind of been the workload for you this week, trying to get everything ready to go?
Well, most of the work starts like about a month ahead, I'd say, lining up all of our different vendors that are in the hall and the entertainment. I have a lot of help under me, which is nice. But thankfully, we have a lot of people that come, like the inflatables and the face painting and all of the exciting stuff going on behind me. And they come every year, so it's not too hard to line that up.
The other thing that we had talked a little bit about earlier was the aspect of this is the kickoff to fall for Wenatchee. So what's kind of the enjoyment for you of knowing that it's fall and then the pumpkins are, it's the first real fall event for everybody here in Wenatchee?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like just having the pumpkin patch, all the school families and stuff will come and they'll buy their pumpkins. And I think it's just an exciting time to know that after Harvest Fest is over for our school, then we can go home and put pumpkins on our front doorstep and just get ready for fall and Halloween right around the corner.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Thank you so much for all the good work you put in. So back to you, Grant.
Thank you, Jay. You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Every golfer aims to play their best, and smart golfers turn to the Golfer's Edge to get the Golfer's Edge. PGA professional Ed Payne has you covered from tee to green. You can work on your swing or play 18 in air-conditioned comfort on the golf simulator. Tanya's Corner has all the apparel the golfer needs at sale prices. And Ed can even rebuild your favorite set of clubs or custom make you a brand new set. Ask how you can qualify for a free 30-minute lesson at the Golfer's Edge on Mission between Kittitas and Yakima.
Is this really what we're going to do on our girls' night out? We should go to Club Crow.
The Bar and Grill in Cashmere?
Yeah, let's go.
Looking for a fun-filled, friendly hometown atmosphere? Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is the place to be. Hi, this is Justin. Here at Club Crow, we have a full bar and restaurant, live music, a dance floor, pool tables, pull tabs, and live jam sessions the first Sunday of every month. Club Crow in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday on the Lechuan Prep scoreboard from Friday night. It was Moses Lake down in Eastmont 38-21. The Wildcats gave up 3 interceptions and were penalized 156 yards in that loss to the Chiefs. I was along Grant Olson for your play-by-play here on the NCW Life channel.
Game progresses. 3rd down, 12. Quick pass over the middle, a slant. Scarbazino's juggling it. Wildcats Everhart shotgun this time. Play action to Lopez, and it's picked off. This could be pick 6 right here. 10-5 into the end zone. Chiefs. And 1st and 10. Griffith handoff. Fuchs and going nowhere that time. 4 receivers again in this offensive set. Same play. No, it's a fake to Fuchs onto the near side now. Receiver has it 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown Chiefs.
Kyler Hanneberg.
Small Wildcats can make it pay off for him. Handoff Scaramazino. He's got room up the middle and a lot of field. 30, 20-yard line. 10-5 touchdown. Scaramazino 49 yards on that carry.
It is homecoming week for Eastmont, trying to bounce back this week. Also on Friday night, it was sunny side all over Wenatchee. 40-7, the Grizzlies passed and ran for 508 yards of offense to down the Panthers at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Ian Dunn and Mark Miller had the call.
So 1st and goal at the 2, and into the end zone with some ease is their big fullback, Hulsar. And so it's touchdown Grizzlies.
It's
Three receivers set. Irvin, the play fake, looking down the middle. Panthers giving, and he's got a man out there, and it's complete. And it's touchdown Sunnyside as he wrestled free from the Panther defender. Blakeney claps his hands. Here's the snap. Hand off to Joe. No, Blakeney takes it up the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers.
Designed run all the way on the fake keeper.
So, and Holtzar, the handoff, leans in, but no signal just yet. Now there it is. Touchdown Sunnyside. This Grizzly.
Also on the Les Schwab scoreboard from Friday night, it was Cascade downing Sultan 22-5, Granger over Chelan 62-38. Kashmir bested Graham 48-7 on Saturday, and it was Sunnyside Christian over Entiat 66-6. Manson beat up on Bridgeport 42-0. Tenasket over Waterville Mansfield 46-12. Also on the Les Schwab prep scoreboard on Saturday in soccer, it was Cascade downing Eastmont 4-1. Shorecrest blanked Kashmir 2-0. Volleyball, Central Valley over Wenatchee 3-1, and it was Bridgeport downing Waterville Mansfield. As we continue checking the Les Schwab scoreboard, let's see how the Wenatchee Wild did over the weekend in the Bauer BCHL Showcase in Chilliwack. Wenatchee and Nanaimo skated to a 3-3 tie on Saturday afternoon at the Prospera Center as the Wild got goals from Noah Kim, Slava Demon, and Daniel Kladek. The Clippers tied the game on a 6-4 man advantage with 38 seconds remaining in regulation. It was Wenatchee's first tie in 3 seasons. On Sunday, Lukin Svetkowski had 2 goals and an assist, and Seth Eisel stopped 26 shots as the Wild blank Langley 4-0. Wenatchee returns home this Friday to host Cowichan Valley Friday at the Town Toyota Center at 7:05. On the Les Schwab scoreboard from Saturday in college football, as Washington State over Nevada 45-7. The Washington Huskies are now 4-0, getting over Colorado 37-10. Eastern Washington beat Montana 48-41. Central Washington in a barn burner topped Dixie State 58-40. Also, the Seahawks were losers on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans by a score of 33-27. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Leavenworth celebrated the start of fall with the annual Autumn Leaf Parade on Saturday. Jim and Diana Zumini were our hosts here on the NCW Life Channel.
The auxiliary is commanded by President Lori Lucas from Tukwila, Washington, and the membership for the VFW in Washington State exceeds 27,000 members. And if you would all rise, please, and salute our American flag.
I want you to welcome the Autumn Leaf Festival president, Mr. Bill Forehand.
And he is accompanying the Autumn Leaf float with our royal lady, Miss Cindy Hassinger.
All right, now these things that look like giant pipes are not that. They are indeed the Enzian Alp horns. And give a listen.
The Bellevue High School Marching Band.
This is Bellevue's second time at the Autumn Leaf Festival Grand Parade. Last year, this band traveled to Washington, D.C. and marched in the National Memorial Day Parade.
Unfortunately, due to a power outage affecting our satellite connection, we were unable to bring you the parade live, but as you can see, we recorded it and we'll bring it to you in its entirety very soon, right here on the NCW Life channel. We'll be back in just a moment with a recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's blueberry picking season and King 5 named us the second best destination restaurant in Washington State. So toss the family in the cruiser and get on out to Blueberry Hills for the best down-home scratch country cooking you've had in years. And don't forget our award-winning pies. We're fun, family-friendly, and a delicious destination year-round. We're open every day from 8 to 3, serving breakfast and lunch all day. So come on out to Blueberry Hills.
And now a recap of some of our top stories. Tear gas and a tactical team were called upon early Sunday morning after a stabbing in Bridgeport. Douglas County Sheriff Harvey Jesdahl tells us how the chain of events unfolded.
Douglas County deputies received the call of a stabbing victim at the Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster. They went to the scene and talked to an adult male there who said he'd gotten into a fight with a person, and the suspect had stabbed him. Deputies were able to find out where this fight took place and were able to get a search warrant to go inside the residence to search for the suspect and or evidence of the crime. When deputies drove up to the house, the residence in question, there were people standing outside, and those people immediately ran inside the house and then would not answer the door. So the search warrant was applied for, and due to the history of the residence and the person who we thought might be a suspect, we called out our tactical team to do the entry and go inside. We also had assistance from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and East Wenatchee Police Department as part of their tactical team. Before the search warrant could be executed, 3 people came out, a female and 2 males, and they were not very cooperative, letting our guys know if there's anybody else inside or not. We used a loudspeaker to continually call inside the residence to get whoever's in there to come out. There was no response, so the tactical team introduced tear gas into the residence. And then after sufficient time had passed, they went inside to see if they could find the suspect. There turned out to be no one inside. The case is still under investigation, and we're following up on possible leads.
The victim is listed in satisfactory condition at Brewster Hospital as law enforcement officials continue to investigate the assault and search for a suspect. 2 men are in custody on several charges as Grant County deputies continue to investigate a drive-by shooting Friday that happened at the Larson Housing Project in Moses Lake. Around 8 p.m., deputies were called to the Larson housing area after several reports of gunfire. Deputies say a house located in the 1100 block of Larson Boulevard had been struck by at least 1 bullet, and a car parked in front of the residence also had been hit by gunfire. Following witness testimony, deputies began looking for a dark-colored Honda that was seen leaving the area shortly after the shots were fired. A deputy on patrol Saturday night in Moses Lake spotted the car and tried to pull the vehicle over, but the car sped away, which led to a brief car chase. When the suspect car stopped on Pioneer Way, a passenger bailed out and ran. He was later apprehended by Moses Lake police. The 2 suspects have been identified as 22-year-old Daniel Alcala of Quincy and 21-year-old Brandon Medina Perez of Mattawa. Both men are in the Grant County Jail, and nobody was injured in the shooting. The new 17,000 square foot Wenatchee Valley College Recreation Center is now open. The $6.2 million facility was officially opened at a formal ribbon-cutting ceremony on Friday. Wenatchee Valley College President Jim Richardson says the new rec center wouldn't have been possible without the help and determination of the students.
The thing I'm most proud of probably about this building is how the students stepped up and said, this is our building, we want to be a part of it. We want to be a part of the planning. So they were there when we drew up the plans. They helped us revise them to what they wanted, because, you know, what the president wants isn't necessarily what most of our students want. And so they helped us revise them, put this together. They changed the face of this, inside anyway. They changed the face of this building by saying, we want a larger mezzanine, and you'll see that. And you'll see the fitness center there that is just spectacular. And that was their idea.
Time now for your weather forecast for north central Washington, and what we're seeing out there is a weak warm front. It's passing through the inland northwest today. We will see cloud cover, which we have seen throughout the day. Remain cool on the cool side today as well, making it feel more fall-like. Notice the huge dome, though, of high pressure building off the coast of Washington and Oregon. That area of high pressure will bring decreasing clouds and a warming trend through tomorrow night and into Friday. By the end of the work week, we will see high temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. A weak cold front is expected on Saturday, and that should bring cooler temperatures, breezy winds, and a chance for showers for the upcoming weekend. But boy, for now, enjoy unseasonably mild temperatures, sunny skies, and light wind for the week ahead. Let's take a look at that forecast now, and we can expect tonight mild low temperatures of 53 degrees, tomorrow 77, and look at that warm up, 80 on Wednesday, 82 Thursday, before we begin to cool down, but still not bad by the weekend, 74 Saturday and 72 degrees on Sunday. We close out the show tonight with our kicker video, and it comes from Missouri, where a pesky squirrel is denied a cheap meal because of a slinky. If you have a video of the day you'd like to see on NCW Life News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
I gotta tell you, I'm nervous.
Selling your home, it's a big step.
Can we find the right buyer in this market?
Look at our website. When someone looks at your home, I can tell how ready they are to buy. See that number? The closer it is to 100, the closer they are to buying. So, I know who to zero in on.
So you have a secret weapon.
You mean we have a secret weapon.
I like that. Oh, what do you think of the wallpaper?
I love that touch.
Wenatchee Valley College is now offering 4-year degrees. The need for engineering technologists is rapidly growing, and the new Bachelor of Applied Science in Engineering Technology is designed to meet the needs of local employers. Students with an associate degree can complete the program in only 2 or 3 years. Don't wait! The program is accepting just 20 students for fall quarter. Apply now at wvc.edu/engineeringtech.